I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script, every scene. This from last year, but they clean. Say to say, I'ma take something else, but it's winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang, the regime. I'm from Piney Green.
This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feather, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
What's good, it's Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joke, and I'm back again with a brand new video. And today, I got a bone to pick. I really got a bone to pick, and it's the same bone that I think every single Panthers fan's been feeling for the last, I couldn't even call it. Last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I can't remember the last time the Panthers, during an offseason, has actually been respected, and it looks like winter's coming. No, I'm not talking about a bad season of Game of Thrones, which, if you want my opinion, I don't think this is a bad season of Game of Thrones, honestly. I'm enjoying this season of Game of Thrones. It only sucks it's only 6 episodes, and it should have been 10. Anyway, it's not the point of this video, bro. What I mean by winter is coming is list season is coming. Now, if you don't know what list season is that sweet spot in the NFL year where it's too late to keep talking about, you know, the free agency period and draft picks and that kind of stuff, but it's still a little bit too early to talk about the preseason and the regular season. There's no real deep NFL news coming out at the time. So what do all the sports media outlets do? Well, they turn to BuzzFeed, and every single day there is another new and even less impressive than the last power ranking system coming out. There's power rankings for teams, power rankings for quarterbacks, power rankings for receiving cores minus running backs. There's power rankings for blocking tight ends, power rankings for linebackers who had less than 50 tackles last year, who might have more than 50 tackles this year, but who also have grandmothers who never wore a hat to church. I'm telling you right now, these lists get worse and worse every single year, and they're always just, I don't know. It's good content because it's fun to talk about, but at the same time, we have to realize that it's content because there's no real content coming out. And we get what's going on here. And usually it doesn't happen this early, but Peter King of Football Morning in America, he dropped his power rankings for this year. This is his early power rankings this season, and they are horrible. Now, if you know Peter King, you know he's a huge authority talking about football, man. This man has forgotten more football than all of us combined watching this video will ever learn. This guy is smart. This guy knows what he's talking about when he's talking football. Now, his rankings over the years, how I'll get into power rankings. Power rankings don't really mean too much, but it does get kind of tiring every single year when literally not a single publication except for Bleacher Report, and Bleacher Report can be a hot take machine at times. And when I say at times, I mean most of the times. But it gets really upsetting when every single year you see every single sports media outlet take a huge dump on the Panthers. We can see it right here. Peter King's Football Morning in America, FMIA, the 2019 NFL Power Rankings, taking stock of off-season movement. Basically, it's talking about the teams that look the best after their off-season, basically the draft, free agency, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to start at number 1 to make a point, and then go all the way down to 32 and come up. At number 1, he has the Kansas City Chiefs, which would make a lot of sense if you stopped watching football just a few weeks before the season actually ended. You think to yourself, okay, yeah, only in 2019 we have Patrick Mahomes, who's going to be the MVP. We have Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends, probably the best tight end in the NFL right now. We have Kareem Hunt, and we still have Tyreek Hill. We can do a lot of really good things. I'm sure that in the draft and in the offseason, we're going to get our defense looking right, get our defense looking really good. We're going to keep D Ford and everything. We're going to be an explosive team that the whole league has to, and I mean has to, be on the lookout for. Except we've all watched the end of the season of last year, and we looked at the playoffs and everything. 2 of the 4 players that made the Kansas City Chiefs last year are gone now. Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt are not on the Chiefs. Now look, Pat Mahomes does look good. He will probably have another good season in him. But let's not forget just how much of an impact having Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt on your team can be for making your job a lot easier as a quarterback, especially a quarterback who's on a team that has no defense at all. I'm just really confused as to how the Kansas City Chiefs are the number 1 ranked team. Now, they did go out, they did pick up a guy, they picked up a really good receiver in the draft, but Bro, come on, bro. The number one seed, look, all I'm doing right here by mentioning this is setting up a little bit of context for just how misguided this list is probably going to be. I do believe in the Chiefs this year, but not enough to make them the number one seed or number one power ranked team this early. All right, let's come all the way down to 32. All right, look, at 32, there's the Miami Dolphins. Look, they're a bad team. They're probably tanking this year. They have Josh Rosen. They just signed Xavier Howard again. So, I mean, they're going to be all right. They're not going to be terrible. But, yeah, I'm not really sure what you're going to be saying. What? There's not much to say. They're probably around there. 32 sounds about right. The Cards, at 31, we get that. 30 with the Bengals. I mean, now that you don't have Marvin Lewis anymore, I do want to see how the Bengals look. The Bengals could be a little bit better this year. I don't know, but I mean, around 30 is about what you can. That's what you have to do for them. You look, don't trust them until you see it from them. They were a perennial, just about on the edge or just getting into the playoff team every year, but they never won a single playoff game under Marvin Lewis. It is what it is. The Bucs at 29 makes sense. I mean, they do have Arians coming in to coach Jameis Winston, so I think they will do a little bit better this year. But, I mean, you really can't trust it all that much. The Giants at 28. The Giants could be below the Bucs. The Giants are a bad team. The Giants could have a really good shot at being number 32 on this list. Honestly. And I mean honestly. But it's whatever. At 27, the Lions. You really can't trust them. They can have a good year. They can have a bad year. But their division's gotten a lot better. So it's kind of hard to, put them above the Vikings, the Packers, the Bears even. So it's a tough situation there. They're not going to do all that well this year, in my opinion. 26, you've seen this, the Jets. The Jets are only up there because of Le'Veon Bell. Let's keep it real. That's all it is there. It is what it is. 25, the Titans. Now, the Titans are kind of a weird team because they're always just in the hunt for making a wild card spot in the AFC, but they're never really a serious contender. Marcus Mariota keeps getting hurt. I'm not really sure about what he's going to be doing in a few years. 24, the Broncos. Their quarterback is Joe Flacco. Moving on. 23, the Buffalo Bills. At 22, we have the Washington Redskins, and honestly, I don't know what to say, man. They got Dwayne Haskins, but they're going to find a way to sabotage their own season at some point. Look, they're in the NFC East, so you would think it'd be kind of an easy way to get to the playoffs every year, but all those teams could be good or horrible every single year, and the Redskins front office has shown that they don't want to win. They like winning. 21, we get to the real crux of this video right here. The Carolina Panthers, bro. How are we number 21? In what world, in what situation, and what mindset do you have to be in, Peter King? What 21? 21st? Are you serious? 21st? Now, look, I understand the big thing about why people think the Panthers are going to have a bad year this year is there are big questions about Cam Newton. And every time I bring this up, I feel like I get a lot of backlash about, I say Cam's under pressure to stay healthy. And even though I mention it every single time, it's about his health. It's about his shoulder. It's about, 2 straight years of getting shoulder surgery. I was told by someone that his shoulder injury is not even in the smallest bit cause for concern at all. But getting past that, it feels like every time I mention that Cam might be under some pressure this year because of his injury and because of his shoulder, I get a ton of comments from people saying, oh man, you got to get off of Will Greer's tip, bro. He's a rookie, bro. He's a backup. We know what Will Greer is, bro. This is Cam's team. Why do you hate Cam so much? Why do you love this Will Greer guy? He's a 3rd round pick. We know he might be good as a backup, but why are you on his tip like this? When I don't even mention Will Greer in those videos. I think it's very easy to say that Cam is under pressure. And I think that's the main reason why, Peter King is saying that there's reason to be concerned about how the Panthers are going to do this year. But I'm pretty optimistic about Cam coming back and having a good year, being healthy. But then he starts talking about how, maybe Bruce Irvin won't be as good as we think it is. Maybe Brian Burns won't be good. Brian Burns was projected to go in the top 10. People were saying he was a top 10 kind of guy. And he fell to 16. I'm very confused as to why he has questions about Brian Burns. He has questions about the O-line, which makes sense. But honestly, we gave up, I think, the 5th least sacks last year. We were either top 5 or we were top 10 in the least number of sacks given up last year. Now, we do understand we had QBs falling like flies near the end of the season, guys getting hurt after 1 or 2 hits. But we have to keep in mind, it wasn't like our O-line was giving up a ton of sacks all year. And he does question whether the team is going to try to pound Chris McCaffrey into the dirt this season, which I've also questioned a little bit too, wondering how we're going to use our backups, Elijah Holyfield and Jordan Scarlett. But are the Panthers, even with those questions, are we really that much worse than the Jags? The Raiders, who wasted some really great picks early on in the draft, are we that much worse than the Pittsburgh Steelers, who lost Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, easily the best receiver, easily the best running back in the league? Are we really that much worse than the Falcons? I mean, really the Falcons should be in the top 12. The Falcons weren't that bad. They were just injury riddled last year. Look, I don't like them, but you gotta understand, I'm not gonna sit here and be ridiculous about it. Are we that much worse than the Cowboys? They looked alright, but it's the Cowboys, bro. I mean, it's the Cowboys. Are we really that much? I mean, the Texans alright. I'll give the Texans. Look, they're alright. The Packers have some big questions. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is gonna really answer to a new coach? I can go up this list some more. I mean, the Seahawks should be alright this year. The Ravens, now the Browns should be a top 10 team. I can go up here. I mean, the Browns are beneath the Vikings. The Bears should be higher. The Eagles should be a little bit lower. The Niners, bro, we're doing this game again where we put the Niners way up here after only seeing Jimmy G for like 6 to 8 games. Okay, they're a top 10 team. Okay, I mean, the Saints being at 6, Chargers at 5. The top 8-ish are all right with me, minus the Niners, which should be at like 15, honestly, until we can see it from Jimmy G. These listicles, these articles, bro, bring back up, bro. These articles, these lists. Peter King is a guy who is very respectable. This guy knows what he's talking about when he talks football. But these power ranking lists gotta stop, bro. I've never in my life, no, I can't say never. Every single year of my life, I see more and more ridiculous lists. Now, are there big questions about the Panthers? Yes. Are we still being disrespected by being put at 21st on this list? Of course. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Are you serious? 21st on this list when there's a lot of other teams. You have the... I hope Jimmy G goes 15-1 this year. There's a lot of people talking about how this man is the next coming of the Messiah. Oh, Captain, my Captain. He is a top 7 team. The Seahawks, the Cowboys. I mean, there are teams up here who should never even taste a number lower than us on these lists. The Steelers? The Raiders? Come on now, bro. I'll leave it at that. I could go even deeper, and I know I will. When list season is really upon us, we will be going in on just how disrespected the Panthers will be getting. But I'll leave it at this for this video, man. What are your thoughts? Are we really the 21st ranked team in the league? I mean, are the questions that are surrounding our team, are those questions big enough to have us at number 21? Where would you rank us? And keep it kind of realistic. We do know that, Cam Shoulder might be a little bit hurt. There are some questions about our secondary, which Peter King didn't even touch on our secondary. But I don't know. This is Coach Rivera's first time calling the defense for the team. Norv Turner's second year being the O coordinator. I don't know. You tell me. I mean, Peter King said we're 21st. I want to know your opinion, man. Let me know all that in the comments below. And one last thing, if you want to show support for the channel, go down to the pinned comment below. It means a lot to me, man. You can sign the petition there. It takes all of 10 seconds. And as always, whether you do or you don't, man, you already know to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.